inspired.
It's like fine wine.
Wow. How's it going, guys? It's your boy Salty Uchi here, Record Kaneki, 2/3 of the Golden Triangle, Anime Late Night Podcast. Yeah. Shouts out to Senju. Here to do One Piece chapter 902 manga review. This is where you're supposed to gloat, talk about your profit abilities.
Oh, I would, but you know, I'm cool about it. I already know, man.
Wow. Would you like to walk us through the chapter, sir?
I don't know where to start off with, to be honest.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I really like the color page this week. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's like it got like that weird, like fucking Alice in Wonderland kind of like feeling to it.
Mm-hmm. Given the song that was going on throughout the episode, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's like Luffy's like punching this cracker. Wait, no, that's not wrong. He's punching this snack-looking motherfucker.
Okay.
And like Nami and all of them just turn into like the gingerbread person. Kind of like
gingerbread cookies, you mean, or gingerbread men?
Yeah, kind of like in Shrek. That's what I remember.
Wow.
Which is funny. But the chapter itself, it's a lot to take in. Like not so much action pack, but like it's you kind of like see the a lot more like character from some Big Mom's kids, you know. And at the end with Sanji and Carrot and all of them, but like mostly I feel like this chapter a lot focused on mostly on what's the name? Pudding, and then the relationship of Katakure and at least some of his siblings. So beginning of the chapter, we start off with I believe the Straw Hat ship, if I remember right, and Sanji kind of remember back to the Mink Islands. When he first got there with Nami, who else? Nami, Chopper?
He might have been there.
Yeah, he is there. Nami, Chopper, and Caesar. And they saw like the minks being poisoned. And remember back to Pedro. R.I.P. Pedro. He's a roasted cat now. Actually,
they were being tortured, if I remember correctly. And people were losing limbs, if I remember that too.
Well, no, I'm saying Pedro's dead now.
No, I'm talking about the flashback though.
Yeah, but I was talking about R.I.P. Pedro. There were gas. The one that's been tortured is Neko Mamushi and Inu Mamushi. Is he English? But I don't remember what his fucking name is. But
the main person that Kara said was Neko Mamushi, right?
Both of them.
Oh, okay.
Because I think one of them lose an arm, one of them lose their legs.
Yes.
Like Jack the Trout. So Pedro told them, if anything, the two of them have to be safe because I guess the world's waiting for them. All that, and then I guess Sanji kind of feels a certain way about Pedro's sacrifice and Carrot's coming up behind him. She's like, "It's alright. Don't feel sorry. Don't feel bad about it. Just thank him for what his sacrifice has done." And then Carrot broke down. Sanji had to console her.
Don't forget about the head padding she was on.
Yeah. I remember.
I got some head padding she did.
And then Sanji pat her head back. He's like, "I understand."
Pet the cakes.
Yeah, and then I guess we kind of switch over to, I want to say, Pudding, to where, you know, your motherfucking prophet, the red hair.
Actually, you're jumping ahead too far.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, why don't you jump in?
All right, then fair enough. Initially, where we went to next was when their choppers on the ship treating Luffy. You're hearing the song being played in the background by Big Mom, or at least assumed. And we noticed that there is cotton candy rain snow in Big Mom's territory. And they were wondering how close are they to being out of her territory. So I guess they didn't encounter that on the way in. I don't know if that has something to do with Big Mom's mood or whatnot, that she can actually control the weather.
Well, if you actually like pay attention to her song, one of the verses is actually about kind of like a candy snow.
My translation didn't have that.
Oh, really?
No, it didn't.
Oh.
It says, and it does have the song in it. It just didn't say that. That's why I said rain instead of snow. My bad.
It said in Manga stream.
Oh, nice. I don't know. I was on some bootleg site. It was helpful though. So it was like 2 a.m. So you know, someone hit me up on Skype being like,
I found a raw.
Wow.
Always found a raw.
Wow. All right. But anyway, so as they're going through the territory and whatnot, they're kind of coming to terms on, you know, how far out are they? Is Luffy being treated and whatnot? Because obviously he's in some worse for wear shape. And then we go into your gloating. So there you go. Jump
I'm
back.
not gloating. I'm just saying. I caught it. Right?
There's nothing wrong with that. I agree with you. I mean, Jesus Christ.
So we got Pudding, you know. That scene where she's like, Sanji can ask for one more favor. And I guess she kind of reached up and then we didn't see anything. So this is a continuation of that. Originally, I mean, like, I was kind of hoping she could, well, actually, no, I don't. I was gonna say, I was hoping she could slam Sanji, but I don't want Chris Hansen to pop out one of the barrel and be like,
wow.
Sanji?
Vince Smoke.
Vince Smoke?
Take a seat.
Take a seat over there. But, she reached up, kind of like touched his face, and then she pulled out, her memories of, I guess their time together when
That's ambiguous.
Alone.
That's ambiguous though, because some of the like the Sony Vegas she pulled, basically, some of the frame shows from right when she takes the cigarette out of his mouth, all the way up to the initial
to the part of at least like he'll remember the wedding and all that happening. He just don't remember specifically the memories of her and him. You know, what I'm saying? Kind of like she cropped herself out of that situation in a way.
I don't know, man. What I saw, it looked like she just took herself out of, like, everything from, like, I agree with you with the wedding aspect. I just think from, like, when she tried to pull the gun on him, from there on is gone, essentially.
I think it's like, because she remember before the wedding.
That's what I'm saying. When he asked her to marry him, and then when she was talking shit about him outside that window, I think he remembers all of that. I don't think he remembers all of, like, her more sensible self after that. I don't think he remembers any of that stuff. I think she pulled all that. And basically what I'm trying to say is she left all the parts in that still makes her seem like a villain and got rid of everything else.
I don't know, because, like, even at the end, like, Sanji was like, she was like, oh, Pudding-chan, why are you running away? What's the favor?
Mine didn't say that.
Mine say that, but...
Mine didn't say that. And if it did, if you're talking about in that little box up there, I think that might just be part of her flashback, though.
It's at the end, after she's taken the memories out.
Even still, that doesn't mean anything. She could have been...
And she's running away.
That might be just the last thing that she thought before she ran. That doesn't necessarily mean that he said that. You know that just as well as I do. Don't try to make this a fucking fairy tale love story shit. Like, dude.
Like, come on, man.
No, I'm serious. That very well could be just the last thing that she heard from him.
It's not.
Before she yoked that shit out of his head. I personally think that
look at the panel again.
I personally think that she's leaving him as... She's leaving the memory in there of her being the villain. Because, to be honest with you, she may never see him again anyway. And more importantly than that, if that was the...
really think she won't see him again?
And if that was the case, dude, why take anything from him? What's the point of all that? We'll say that for speculation, man. Yeah. I don't want to drag this on. Keep going.
I'm trying to discredit my shit.
I'm not trying to discredit it. I agree that she took his memories out. I'm saying is that let's look at it plausibly for a minute.
But I mean, like, I'm saying, like, that last part is there. Like, you see, like, the arrow of the bubbles. So...
Okay, I'll argue my point later.
And then she kind of, like, hide in an alley somewhere, just crying.
Right.
Thinking about it.
Right.
Which is kind of sad, to be honest.
Nah.
It's kind of sad.
She's underage.
I don't care.
Wow!
It's One Piece.
Wow!
Rebecca's
the One Piece that put you in jail. Shit.
Rebecca's underage and there's hentai of her.
Wow! Oh, well, I saw nothing. Anyway, let me jump in for a minute. So, let's talk about Katakuri for a minute.
Katakuri and Brûlé.
Yes. So, Katakuri's on his back, and looks like Brûlé's actually treating to his wounds and whatnot. She moves the hat away, and I called that part where I said maybe some of the older children actually have seen him, but the other ones haven't, and apparently he's always had that. So I guess that's just his species, I suppose. But
I don't know. Yeah, he had the scar before then, or even back then.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, unless she ripped his jaw out early.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still kind of stick to that because she is a nut.
He was eating donuts even back then.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, speaking of which, in 901, we left this out. That Moscato's still alive, by the way. So, and I know a lot of people feel a certain type of way about it. I don't care. He's not that old. So for her to yoke 38 to 40 years, whatever it was she took from him, is no big deal. To be honest.
I think people in One Piece live up to 120.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, you know what I'm saying? Her yoking, and given his rank or his number, he's one of the younger kids anyway. So it's no big deal. Maybe she'll give him back. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So Katakuri and Luffy are having Katakuri and Brûlé are having a conversation, and we get to find out a couple of things that I felt that was actually critical. One thing was the scar on Brûlé's face actually comes from the set of bullies that we saw in Katakuri's first flashback when they were calling him Pelican Eel. Well, come to find out, they ended up how would they know that's his sister is the thing that kind of throws me off.
If they're on the island.
So you think it's a smart idea to attack Big Mom's kids? Think about what you just said.
Okay, like, let's say we don't know where they are currently and what the situation is.
What I'm saying is that if they know that's Katakuri, right? Or if they knew that Brûlé was Katakuri's sister, then it's possible, and let's add what you said onto that, and they live on the island, which they did because they didn't go anywhere. That's why Katakuri ended up fighting them and giving him that skewer shit later. So I guess it's obvious that they knew that was Big Mom's kids.
I mean, they attack her anyway, so...
Yeah, they did, but that's what I'm saying. And either way. So...
Either that or Brûlé probably, tried to stand up against them.
It sounds like...
Because, maybe they might be just looking at Katakuri and she's like... Let's say, she probably just, hey, you can't... What do you want with my big brother?
I don't know, slashing a little girl's face, though, on some dumb shit, that was...
kind of cute as a child.
Yeah, she was. That was a damn... What do you mean, what happened? She got her face slashed and her nose got blown up and shit because it got infected.
Her nose as a child reminded me of Blue from Rave Master and Fairy Tail. It's just kind of funny. She looked kind of like with hair.
Anyhow, they ended up beating her up. Katakuri and some of the other brothers end up finding her, and she says that it was no big deal. It is what it was.
Taking her on the stretcher.
Well, yeah, but they said it was no big deal. Katakuri gets heated because he finds out that they were the exact same guys who he essentially scared off the first time. And then Katakuri gets into his inner savageness.
He got the scarf.
Yeah, he dons the scarf and then goes on the slaughter.
Pull out a mole.
Gave all of them the business. And essentially, that's what starts his legend. Another thing that we find out, actually, is that when he actually tells Brûlé that, this isn't the first time that it's been on his back. Like his mom. Anyway, and she said that she knows, because apparently she's been creeping on him. See, that's how a good little sister's supposed to be. Just as long as she's not looking at him naked or anything crazy like that. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
And it's kind of funny because he blushed in one scene.
Yeah, man. Well, don't do that. Don't imply anything.
I'm not.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You're the one that say she got titties.
She do got titties. Just because she has titties does not imply that she wants that. Oh my God, I'm not falling for your shit. Anyway, she does have titties though. Oddly colored titties, but titties
she is a good little sister compared to certain
flambe bitch,
certain little troll,
bubble butted. Anyway,
I don't know if that's bubble butted or she just look like a gourd.
Wow, it's just like a doesn't matter. It's like ugly ass eggplant. Anyway, so she's basically like, yes, I've seen this before, but it was basically the point. Basically his legend rallied the family essentially, which what we had already said. And so then we end up finding out that, and then she basically lays down the Now wait a second, actually.
Well,
I'll say that's speculation. I don't want to jump into that. Anyway, but I'll try to remember it. But they end up. Next thing you find out is that about the Straw Hats making their escape and whatnot. And she was like, "You lost on purpose, didn't you?" And she was like, because initially you were falling forward, and then you purposely fell backwards, which that ended up leading into his flashback of her getting beat up, which is and then scarred, actually, sadly. And then she was like, and then I can't remember the exact of the conversation. I'm sure Kaneki over here will, where he was like, so can you see the future than yourself?
Tucker was like, asked, really, has Straw make it out of the territory yet?
Which he hasn't. He's close though. He's not out of the territory yet.
I think she say he has.
But he's not.
But
he's not.
I think she say no. I think at the end they did make it out in the dialogue. The narrated dialogue. So she say, yeah, he have escaped, but I'm never. Yeah, I'm not gonna forget him. But I'm not gonna forgive him.
Yeah.
And
well, see, that's what I'm saying, though. I'm like, even at the end, we obviously know they're going to get out of the territory, but at the time of this conversation, I'm drawing at straws. It is.
We don't know the exact timing.
Yes.
But and then I believe
she said she wasn't even going to forgive him.
Yeah, and I think she said something else before that, and Kakura is like, so that you have the power to see the future too.
Yeah.
Assuming that he's like kind of worried about if the Straw has to make it out or not.
Right.
I don't remember exactly what she said afterward. You do.
All right. Essentially what the accusal is that he faked the loss to buy them time so they could get out. That's basically what that sums it all up. Katakuri basically wants to. I mean, you could say it's a rematch. It could be that he believes in Katakuri. I mean, that he believes in Luffy's abilities. It could be whatever you really want to make out of it or interpret it. But essentially,
it's like a rivalry, I guess.
Sure.
Like before, kind of like a mentor.
There you go. I like that better.
Mentality.
Yeah, I like that better. But basically, he faked the loss to essentially give Luffy time to leave, because as we were saying a couple of chapters back, if you guys remember, those were late. But we had a small discussion and whatnot, sibling squabble, if you wish, about that Luffy didn't know exactly what time it was, but Katakuri did. So there you go. And Brule caught on to it, so good for her.
Yeah.
Like I said, good little sister. It's a damn shame about her face, though.
So
that's kind of crazy.
I guess.
What the? You're an asshole. Anyway, we also find out as even smaller children, it was Katakuri, Dafuku, Oven, and Perospero. So like they're like the four
closest,
like the four amigos and shit.
Yeah,
sitting there grubbing on like donuts and shit.
I don't see.
Stop.
Smoothie.
Stop.
I don't see Smoothie.
Stop.
There, where's she at?
She might not have been born yet, man.
Where's she at?
She might not have been born yet.
She's still in the ball sack.
So is Cinnamon. Yeah, you don't got shit to say now, do you?
She's still in the ball sack. Still in the cave. Haven't walked out of Big Mom yet.
Wow. Still curling on the wall? Yeah.
Oh, she's kind of dope.
Oh yeah, it is actually. So anyway, we ended up finding out what Katakuri was up to. Good shit on his part, which is kind of cool actually. I kind of like the.
Yeah,
I like that aspect.
I think Peros was like, I think he said like you really should do something about that mouth, and Katakuri was like, I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
They say something, I'll just beat him up.
But then, like I said, that's when they took revenge on Brule, and that's when he covered it up and then kills everybody.
Yeah.
Like a true savage. Well done, Katakuri. Alright. Alright, let's wrap this all up, man. So the ending?
The ending. Oh yeah.
The flashback of Germa 66 while Big Mom's making her approach.
Oh, it's not really a flashback. It's real time happening.
You know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
Big Mom's coming. She's still kind of like singing her song.
She was 28, she can come in.
28, she still can.
Fertile.
And then we got to see the Germas. Rachel was smiling for some reason. Like,
Isn't
she was
bleeding?
nervous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just was bleeding as well. And then we see from distance Big Mom and her twisted ass Disney song.
But but the Germa's already called for the retreat anyway.
Yeah, they're like, we already did what we were supposed to. It's time to go.
Yeah, it sounds like they were buying them time too.
Yeah.
We'll explain that in speculations.
And then Big Mom coming from distance with her song. And one of the verse was, or one of the things that she said was, Was it Tree or Death? Kind of a little bit different from.
Yeah, mine just said Live or Die.
Huh?
My translation said Live or Die. With that being said, also
kind of a lot different from like the Tree or Life thing that she said.
Yeah. But another thing though too is that we see that Jinbei as well as the Sun Pirates are still battling it out, and they said that they're about to pull out. They will eventually retreat shortly.
Little shark.
You know what?
Say little shark. You gotta leave some lifespan.
Wow.
Possibly die.
Wow. Theoretically, they can still make their escape, man.
If that shit did happen, I've transcended.
They theoretically could get out because if in truth, because Big Mom is on her approach, theoretically the Sun Pirates as well as Germa might as well team up at this particular point so they can get away. It's the best way of doing it.
I mean, they could. We'll see.
So yeah. All right. Is there anything? Hello. Anything else?
At the end, we got kind of like go back to the Barati with Zeph, and we kind of see the correlation between Zeph and Sanji.
Oh right, that's after Luffy got up. Like, what food?
Yeah, and kind of like a comparison of like their relationship as father and son, kind of like
his true father.
Yeah, his true father, kind of like Piccolo and Gohan in a way. Kind of see like Sanji and Zeph is more of a father and son relationship compared to how it should be with Judge.
You mean One-Eyed Willie?
You mean Snotty Nose?
Yeah. I like to call him just King Bitch. Yeah. So, what were your thoughts on the chapter overall?
To be honest, like it didn't really need like all the action packed, so I think it was pretty cool. Getting to see more of Calgary Pass, especially. Especially that part where I'm the motherfucking prophet of 2018.
2018, sir.
Coming at me. So that was kind of cool. Overall, I think it's a good chapter. I'm not gonna give it like amazing or great, but it's a good chapter. I enjoy it.
Nice. Speaking of which, Archer starts next week.
Archer?
Yeah, new season.
Oh, I don't watch. I wouldn't know. I asked my dad. He watch it.
Sterling Archer would be disappointed.
Sorry, I can't really watch anyway. I got finals.
Yeah, but you can watch it online after finals.
No.
Anyway, good chapter. Kind of dragged on a little bit, but there's a lot here. There's wow, 22 minutes. Goddamn. A lot to go over. Sorry, but fun chapter. Like I said, I'm glad that we. I'm not really happy that we're getting ready to move on so quickly. But then again, I guess they still could drag this on to another 2 more chapters maybe before they finally finish it up, because they can't.
Quickly.
Well, yeah, because you can't just end it off on how 101 was, or even on this one. You still need like 2 more chapters to clean shit up.
Well, I mean, like it's still gonna be like a cleanup. We gotta still kind of settle shit with Jinbei and Big Mom and all that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Unless they skip over it, which is what people are starting to suspect.
I want to see Jinbei die.
All right, guys. Like I said, great chapter, man. We'll see you guys for discussion and speculations where you can expect a good amount of salt.
Sorry, bro.
But it won't be wow. But it won't be until after Boba, so that's why I don't have to sit here for like 20 plus minutes to try to argue and shit. But we'll see you guys when speculation discussions come up. Thank you very much for listening in. Check out Anime Late Night Podcast, Anime Late Night Backdoor, as well as check out the gaming channel. We'll be putting up some stuff over there. I will also be talking about some stuff this weekend as it pertains to Call of Duty. Looks like Black Ops 4 could have been Black Ops Cross X or Overwatch, which sounds stupid, but it almost happened. Some people still think it will. And yeah. And Kaneki, I'm sure, will have some stuff to say himself. All right, so for Kaneki, for myself, and for Sinju, we'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.
I don't care about Black Ops 4.
I'll leave you guys over there on Overwatch with your underage, whatever that shit was.